Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of YFJC, episode number 30 now. This is the weekly live stream show that I do over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/NathanMott, where I go over the early jungle pathing from members in my community. Why the early jungle path, you ask? That is the most important time for us as a jungler. I see so many people from the thousands of reviews that I've done mess up their early games, which just make the game so much harder for themselves, which it shouldn't be to. And these are just really basic fundamental mistakes. A lot of the time, these people are just outplaying themselves more than just getting outplayed in these early games, especially lower elo. And we do look at a bunch of range of different elos in YFJC, so definitely a lot to learn. So this is a pretty full lineup here. We have this is actually, I think, the first episode. We have a different champ for every single guest. We have 6 guests tonight. We've got an Eve, Hecarim, Ekko, Nunu, Karthus, and a Kayn. So, really good lineup here. Eve's really good to start with. Obviously, I'm still working on my guide. That is still in the works, but it will be released soon. I promise you that. Alright, so let's get into our first guest here. So we have an Eve player over on NA. I believe he's Diamond, but this is a Gold Smurf is his, but let's find out from him. Alright, Mr. Malice Respector, you are on the air. Can you hear me all good? I think your mic's a little bit low. Do you want to try... Actually, I can just turn you up. Try talking again, Malice.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Alright, obviously you're not Malice, but you're a Respector of Malice. Obviously Eve Enthusiast. What should I call you? What's your real life name?
Eric.
Eric. Alright, Eric. Yeah. I am going to get your game up in just a moment. Let me know when you can see it all good. Alright, Eric, can you see it all good on the stream?
Yeah, I see it now.
Alright, so Eric, tell me about you. You're Diamond, is that correct? This is a Smurf?
This is the same elo as my main, so it's not really smurfing anymore.
Okay, because you're inflated here, because you win on this account. Wait, what's your win rate on this account with Eve?
85.
Okay. So why did you make a new account, out of curiosity? Why not play on your main?
My main gains plus 14, minus 24, even though I have a positive win rate. So it's really, really hard for me to climb there.
Yeah. So I can see here you're 31 and 6 on this account. All right, cool. All right, Eric. So why did you choose this game specifically? What do you struggle with on your Eve? What are you working on at the moment?
Over the course of the season, I've been working on different things. At first, it was my early game and struggling against invades, and now I think it's more my mid game and trying to extend my lead across the map.
All right, yes, that's definitely a big problem. So we can, obviously we're only going to look at the early game here, Eric, but yeah, that would be really. I think that you're spot on. I think that's actually the big difference that I find in my Eve. I feel like I'm all good in the early game, but I'm messing up some mid-game skirmish mechanically, or I'm not looking for a play, in advance, and then it's just screwing up my whole game. It's if you die once, you lose your 10 stacks of Magi's, there you go. You're on the back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's really trying to be more disciplined here. So I assume that you've got this clear pretty much down pat, so we can just speed through this.
Yeah, it's 3:15ish.
Beautiful. If you can give advice to Eve players, Eric, about the clear, speeding up the clear, what would you say?
I think it's just mostly not popping your pots early, and then kiting the next camp towards, cutting your camp towards next camp, and making sure your E resets on Raptors. Yes. So you get your empowered E on the Raptors.
Yeah. So making sure you're dragging the wool. I think you could have dragged wolves out a little bit further here, Eric.
Yeah. I shouldn't have autoed it. I should just triple queued it and then
2 Qs on that. Yeah, and then Q that. Nice. All right. Do you know where Kayn started this game, Eric?
I didn't know, but he did the Charisma thing where he starts wolves and then clears upwards and then backs for Tiamat parts.
Yeah. Cheesy. Yeah, so that's obviously gonna...
Yeah.
It dictates a lot about the first crab, right? Like whether we just have to reset to give it up. So what do you do here? This is actually pretty interesting. Let me just turn down this volume a bit.
My Lucian Thresh has, you know, Prio, so I thought I could go for it.
Yeah, it's a free crab anyway, yeah.
Even if Kayn's there, yeah. I just minded though, because Kayn was showing in the wall.
Oh, interesting. Okay, do you double crab him? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see Kayn bot. Is it reasonable to know that his Raptors are up right now, Eric?
I wasn't sure like how fast Kayn can do his camps, you know? Like I haven't actually played Kayn. I've seen like Krasmite do it a few times, but I don't know like his exact speed time.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know either, to be honest, but obviously we can see in the
He
spec
clears
here.
like slightly slower than me, I'm pretty sure. Like his full clear is slower than mine.
Because his Raptors are up and his Wolves, you know, and he did that at the start. So this is interesting. So maybe next time you play against a Kayn, you know, if he wants to sit on the map and try and do a gank bot, because we saw him bot, right? Like maybe we could snag these Raptors here and leave one little Raptor up. That's going to really screw him, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe food for thought next time you play against that Kayn stuff. Alright, Wolves. Raptors just do another full clear. We get level 6 at 5 minutes 30 seconds. Beautiful. Okay, this is an interesting decision here, Eric. We're going for a... I mean, let's just have a look. Do we actually go for it? Okay, we're actually going for a kill here on Misfortune. Leona does run away, so obviously this is a free kill. But the problem with this is that, I mean, you're basically going to lose Dragon off this play. Would you agree with me, Eric?
Yeah, but I haven't seen like many Kayns just like solo Dragon. Like usually they don't like doing Dragon early, you know?
That's true.
If it was a different champion, maybe, but I don't think there was like a possibility this game. Especially because it's Mountain, which like really hurts early game.
Okay, yeah. Because I mean, obviously you show you're super obvious to base. Basically, you make it very easy for him to do Dragon. And basically the way that I view this is like, okay, was it worth that kill for losing Dragon? And also, was this kill a high percentage kill in the first place? The decision, because think about it, you made the decision to go for it right here, but Leona's like sitting on top of him, you know, like it's not. It's like the way that I view this, you got a little bit lucky here, you know, Eric. Like you could have wasted a lot of time here, like because I mean you really need to reset, right? You know, just 600 gold and basically you don't even do much damage, you know. So this is an interesting decision here, Eric, that you could think about a little bit more, you know. So yeah, I mean, you know, was flash necessary here as well? Like, what happens if you just walked up to him and E'd? Just WE. Because obviously you can't hit a Q because of the minion wave.
Yeah, I couldn't hit Q because of the minion wave. I don't think my bot lane pink sums either, so I wasn't sure. Plus,
got it. Yeah.
Yeah, Leona might have been able, like, if MF like responds to my initial burst with like something, then Leona could have stun locked me.
Yeah. So...
Like, yeah, I don't. Leona walks up pretty far. They get the Drake, but I'm not sure whether MF has flash, and it's better for me to just, you know, secure it, because I wasted a lot of time anyway.
Alright, so we go top here, we get Teemo's flash. Excellent. Get some Dark Seal stacks, push this in, and just do another full clear. Cool. We look for something mid here. I like it. I like it a lot. Good stuff. Alright, Leona. Leona just wants that. Alright, let's just think about this from Leona's perspective right now. This is a Zed with how much HP? 341. Actually, I think she can one shot
Yeah.
actually with her ult. This is interesting. Alright, it's a free
Yeah.
kill for you. I don't know about that one from Leona, but we take that.
But I don't think like Leona knew that Zed could see her.
Yeah.
I don't. She was like
yeah.
out of vision. But I was there to like to spot her.
Alright, we come back mid because we know she has no flash. Excellent. I love this, Eric. This is really good stuff. Don't even need to ult. Beautiful. Take Raptors. Now we're going bot here. Alright, so this is actually a rule that I'm going to talk about in my guide. What's your perspective on this as well? I mean, it looks like you obviously do it, but whenever you go bot, killing tank supports is actually better than the ADC. It's more high percentage, right?
Yeah, because they're gonna go in.
Yeah, and they have all the CC tools, and like, you know, sometimes
Yeah,
usually bait the misfortune, so I love this from you. I love that you just decided to go on the Leona. One thing here, I think you should have kept your distance a little bit more and just been confident in the Q. So you see how like you W here? You see you walk too far forward here?
Yeah, I almost die for it.
Yeah. You know, it's like just think about what is she gonna do? You know, I think she actually could have queued you. You were so close, she could have queued you here. You know, and you get
Yeah.
locked. So just identify right here. It's like, you know, she might flash, sure, but keep your range a little bit here. You know, and this gank would have been a lot cleaner. Like if you like sidestepped right now. Where's my epic pen? Because I mean, obviously she's going to throw her abilities, right? She's not going to just keep walking to the tower because she's not going to get. She refuses to get hit by a full charm. She wants her aftershock, right, for the thing. So
Yeah.
walk here. She misses her E, UQ, E, QQ. She's dead. She doesn't even get her aftershock proc off. You know.
I like to follow flashes a lot, like on my ganks. Like I charm them, I blue smite them, and like I hug them. Like I hug right next to them, and then I
that's
like
right.
use E.
That's what you want to do a lot of the time, but not against like Leonas and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And I've made like I've done this against Renekton's as well, and they just turn and just kill me.
Yeah, they just one shot you.
Yeah, you got to be careful with champs with CC. So I love the thought process here, but I think it's misexecuted.
Right.
So you probably should have died there, Eric, which would have been really bad, right?
Yeah, especially right now, giving that bounty away.
Alright, well that's all I think I really want to go over for this early game here. Kayn just gives you another free donation for Dark Seal stacks.
Okay.
Okay, well obviously this dragon's not a good call.
I just thought, you know, Thresh can lantern me over if he's there, and I tunnel under the dragon.
Yes, sounds good in theory here, Eric, but your Thresh is resetting, right?
Yeah.
The problem with this sort of stuff, Eric, is that think about it from the enemy team's perspective. Don't you think this is the most obvious thing for you to do right now?
Yeah.
It's too obvious. It's not sneaky at all. And like, you killed Leona a while ago. She's back on the map. Like, do you think she's going to run back to lane? There's no reason for her to do that, you know?
Yeah.
Of course she's going to check this. So this is always the thing you need to think about dragons. It's like risky dragons like this. I mean, you might not think it's risky, but it is because it's the obvious move, you know? And the thing about this, do you need to risk this to win this game?
Well, not right now, yeah.
No, not right now at all. You know, we can even give this drag, we still win this game, you know?
Yeah.
So sometimes think about this stuff, you know, and Path in the chat said it could be warded, and it actually was warded, so that's made it even easier for the enemy team. But this loses you games, basically. Just basically the concept that you need to follow here is Eve. If I have an early game like this 4-0-4, I don't need to take any risks in terms of objectives, any risks like that, not necessary. Because I just win this game because I'm just so far ahead, you know? 25 seconds to energize.
Okay.
So this will actually really help your mid game. Because you lose a lot of tempo from this. Like, let's think about this here, right? Like, I mean, you have to burn your flash, obviously, right? Oh, you just die. Oh, okay. All right. You greed for the dragon here, Eric.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna flash over the wall, but like, let's say even if you flash, like, you know, you lose a lot of tempo because all your top camps are spawn in. You know, you have to burn your flash, which is a huge, you know, loss anyway. So don't need to take these risks when you're ahead. You know, and you've given him 2 drags now. You actually technically give him slightly a win condition, you know?
Yeah, the soul.
Wait, I just realized you lose this game.
Yeah.
Because
like
you lose soul. How interesting
the soul,
is that?
I don't think... The soul wasn't, like, the important thing. Like,
yeah.
It was, I think, Cloud Soul, and then it didn't really impact it, but it's just like they just kept team fighting, and then we couldn't really get onto their MF, and their MF like carried them.
Interesting. This would be such an interesting game to go over, because I would say that the mistakes that you made this game, Eric, is the reason why you can't, climb higher than maybe like Diamond 3 or Diamond 2. There's something going on in your mid game. Obviously, this is your first jungle hit. It's only the early game. Actually, you know what? Message me after the stream. I want to go over this game quickly with you.
Alright, sure. Thank you.
This would be really good, really helpful for you, I think.
Okay.
All right, Eric. Well, that's it for your YFG segment. Just send me a message on Discord, and then I'll talk to you later.
Alright, thank you.
All right, see you later, Eric. All right. That was our first guest for the show tonight. Reading chat. Eve doesn't know if it's watered. Yeah, that's a good point. Path, true. If he would have swept, he would have stayed alive. I mean, the decision-making doctor to go for that dragon is wrong in the first place. Again, it's not necessary. That's what we need to look at. Never look at mistakes as like if scenarios, because if scenarios, that's what they are, if scenarios. Let's just make the high percentage play. We're ahead. No need to take risks. Really important concept, especially when you're playing assassins like even your 4-0-4 in the early game. Alright, our next guest for the show tonight is a Hecarim player, again on NA, so that makes things easy. And he's Silver 2. Alright, so Hecarim 166. Excellent. Alright, let's get our next guest in now. Alright, Ryzol, you are on the air. Can you hear me all good? Your mic's muted if you're trying to talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, sure can. Alright, Ryzol, welcome back to the show. You were here last week, were you?
Yes.
Yes.
You looked at a Vi game.
A Vi game, that's right. And then we moved to Hecarim. Tell me about that.
Hecarim's also a champ I play a lot, and you said you thought he was stronger than Vi, so I thought I'd play him more, and he got the buff too.
Yeah, I think, I mean, obviously slightly biased because I do play a bit of Hecarim myself, but I think Hecarim is, yes, much better than Vi. I think about it, Hecarim I think is just a better version of Vi. It's like you're ult dependent, but your ult's sort of more, I think it's on a shorter cooldown than Vi's, right? No, I think it's longer. It's longer, isn't it? Never mind. All right. Anyway, basically you're an ult-based champion as well, but you're more useful, even without your ult than Vi. Even though you sort of really want to play around with your ult, like I talk in my guide. But yes, I do think Hecarim's just a much more versatile way, and you farm much better as Hecarim as well. All right, Ryzol. So why do you want to look at this game specifically?
I got cheesed on this game, and I wasn't sure both how to prevent it and also what to do after I realized I had been cheesed.
Okay, let's take a look at it. Alright, so starting blue. Tell me why you're starting blue as well. Is there a reason you're starting blue instead of red?
Yeah, I want to path top, KO without TP into Renekton that looks like free kills. I want to farm that.
I like it. Good game plan. The slight problem with this sort of game plan though, Ryzol, is that if you really think about it, okay, the only way we can really kill the Kayle is if it's a dive. Because, I mean, basically, Kayle's always going to get pushed in by Renekton because she can't walk up to get CS, And the problem with these sort of matchups, I find, is that these melee matchups into range, they just, like, sort of sack the first couple of waves, and they're full HP, which makes the first dive really hard. Especially someone like Hecarim. As Elise, you can sort of do this stuff, but as Hecarim, it's a bit harder. I mean, again, I'm not saying to change your game plan here, but sort of just think about it. It's like, it's really hard to gank top because it's pushed in and she's full health most of the time. But, you never know. He might get a good trade or two on her. I mean, I think killing Tristana Yuumi is probably a better strategy, Ryzol. Reason being is, I mean, obviously we'd love to shut down a Yuumi. But Trist is inherently really going to push lane because of her passive. And her passive basically is like, it like auto AoEs minions based on auto attacks. And Actually, I think it's hard to say that it's 100% going to push in, but you know, the Swain could win some heavy trades here. But again, just always think of Tristana's. They sort of prone to pushing things in. That's sort of the way I think about the game plan here.
I know Tristana pushes, but I was thinking, you know, they also have a Swain, and at low elo, it's kind of hard to predict who will push.
Yeah, I think that's right. All right, super interesting. How does this happen to Ryzol? So they walked through here. Wait, how did she?
I can tell you what happened, or you can turn on full enemy view and you can see what happens.
She runs this direction. Fascinating. This is suicide. Imagine if she checked you right now. Imagine if she checked you as Hecarim. You were starting red for some reason in this game.
Yeah, or Connectim's in the tri-bush. Or if I start red.
So cheesy. So cheesy. Alright, so, question now. How do we adapt to this? Alright, well, how do we prevent this?
I thought the ward in the pixel brush was good enough.
Alright, so if you think about it, I mean, this is sort of out of our control slightly. I mean, the way that I view this is this situation should never happen to you again. I think this is just a really rare game, Ryzol. But essentially, the solution to this is you make sure your top laner is standing in this bush from level 1. That's basically it. That's all we can do. You know? Like the way that I view this as well, Ryzol, is that that's such a low percentage play from Eve that it works, but that she probably loses 9 times out of 10 when she tries that, you know?
Yeah, that's why I was kind of annoyed about this, because it's like that's such a low percentage play, but
yeah,
work this game.
Yeah, and it's gonna sometimes happen here. So again, the only thing here is holy moly. Is to alright, and then she sort of just throws it here. Oh wow. Alright, so let's look at this here, Ryzol. So if you really think about it here, like if you walked a little bit further up, right, and then you saved your Q for Eve, you would have killed her. It might be a little bit delayed on the stream, but do you get what I mean here?
So don't E on, just
no. E Kale, you see this? But if you then walked a little bit further up, hold your Q, and then Q'd, you would have killed Eve.
Yeah. The only thing I could think of in that moment was I either E on to Eve or E on to Kale, and I was thinking if I E on to Eve, I die under tower.
Yeah, you don't want to E on to Eve, yeah, no way. So E on to Kale's here is good, and then again, just walk up a little bit, and then she's probably dead from the W, actually. Yes, this is not ideal at all, because now you don't even get a kill from that, so this is really bad. And now you compensate. Ryzol. So basically, yeah.
Kale didn't recall, she was just like leashing Eve or something, and I thought I could duel Eve, you know, like, but that didn't work out.
This is tough. This is just the chaotic nature of lower elo, Ryzol. To be honest, I wouldn't overthink this too much, to be honest. Because, I mean, if you think about this right now, you're actually really, really in a bad position, because mid lane has full push right now. You can't really just walk through this and, like, double... Actually, I think you can still double crab. Basically, what I'll be thinking right now is, like, go and double crab her, take her raptors, check the red, and sort of just fight her off it, because she has no flash. Don't worry about her blue side. Don't worry about it all. Because the thing about this Ryzol is that she is going to think that you're taking this right now, because you're top, you know? So you want to use that information to your advantage. Sorry, what was your question, Ryzol?
I didn't really have a question. I was just agreeing.
Yeah, so right now, get her sweating right now. Get her thinking, oh my god, heck, I'm going to take my camps. Because that's why Kale stays. Because she's like, oh my god, you know, help Kale, right? So basically, best case scenario here, I think, is you just take this crab, you take that crab, you check the raptors. Garen might start messing with you. You're gonna have to deal with that. Maybe look to gank bot, and then like look to clear your jungle camps again, and then reset for dragon. That's sort of, I think, the best case scenario here. And you probably would catch up pretty nicely from that. So does that make sense, Ryzol?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So just let her waste her time in blue, because she's not going to be able to concede her topside camps to you. She's not going to let you have that happen. You know, that's why Kale stays. So, and obviously you dig yourself a huge hole right here. But again, I wouldn't think about it, overthink this too much. Ryzol, okay, if it happens again, go on YFJC and we'll really figure it out. But yeah, this shouldn't happen.
Okay. If Eve didn't counter gank top, if Eve didn't go top and give me that counter gank opportunity, what should I have done?
So you actually know 100% if you know how you like went here and you like even checked the Krugs. Actually, no, you know what you should have done here, actually, Ryzol, is what you should have done here is literally check the raptors. Just be like, check the red, like, real quick, but then just know instantly, just go straight to her bot side camps. You know? Just like, she has to be, she's probably like here. Eve, because think about Eve. Eve's actually in a bad scenario. Even if she doesn't do her Krugs, she has to walk all the way around, do these camps, and then like walk down here. Eve doesn't want to walk all the way around here, walks here and defend her red. That's not what Eve does. You know, Lee Sin can do that. But usually Lee Sin just walks through here, ganks mid, and then, you know, takes the red. But she's actually in a really bad position right here. So just understand that she's actually screwed because she's a weak early jungler. She's a talisman jungler. Run straight to her raptors, you know, check it, take a red, you know, fight her if she's here because you're a Conqueror Hecarim against an Eve, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, Ryzol, any other questions around this game?
Question in general, where's the best place to ward to try and prevent cheating as best as possible?
The ward you did here is fine. This is the correct ward. So yeah, ward here and then switch out to sweeper. Probably, I think this ward's actually really bad because if they sometimes see this, sometimes they start with sweeper. It's probably not going to happen lower yellow, but I think this ward's better because you actually also get... Actually, no, this ward's fine. This ward's fine because it's actually... The only threat of this is it getting sweeped. Because it's like, what happens is people sit in this bush, they see you walk up here, they see you place the wall, you walk back, they get sweeper, they give their laners, you know, free level 2 quicker, but then your laner. So what I like to do is like just ward it a bit more here because then it does get... Because if they don't see it warded, then like they're not going to sweep it most of the time.
The ramp is better?
Yeah, yeah, more secure so it doesn't get threatened to sweep. Alright, Ryzol, any other questions?
I guess that's it. Thank you.
Alright, no worries, Ryzol. Thanks for coming on again, and we'll potentially see you next time. Alright. So, that was our second guess. Let's just keep speeding through this now. Minecraft says, wait, wards give experience? Yes, they do. They give experience as well. You don't also need to hit them. So, if you kill a ward, near someone, they get experience, you also get experience, but obviously the person that kills it gets the gold. And it's really OP for and if you get that, your lane is instantly get an advantage because they get level 2 before anyone else. Alright. So our next guest is over in the European West server. So let's log on to there. Now's the time to ask any questions in chat if you have any. Alright, let's drag our next guest in here. Zayn says, are you not supposed to start the game with Oracle Lens? You can on some junglers that are really like aggressive. You're not going to get threatened of invaded, but junglers like Hecarim and stuff, you can get invaded, like on your red, especially against champs. Especially against champs that are, you know, a strong early game. So yeah, you don't really want to do it because you want to get the max juice. Because think about it, you have sweeper lens. That's why it's so good to just place the ward down. You defend your jungle, your top side, or whatever it's the opposite side you're starting on the map. You switch out to sweeper, and you got sweeper back up at 130. You know, it's like sort of utilizing both of the trinkets. Versus sweeper, you just sit on sweeper. You don't get that ward. You sort of miss that information to you know, if they're invading, you miss some free information that you should get. Blissy says, what's your favorite cheese strat? I wouldn't say I have one. I don't know. Cheese strat? I don't know. The term cheese, it's sort of like just like something that works towards your champion identity. You know, it's like I wouldn't talk about a Graves late invade in a red with like a Karma, because Karma's really good for late invades because she can, you know, her RQ combo is really OP, does a lot of damage, just AoE. That's not a cheese here, it's just good gameplay, you know. Late invades are good on certain situations, certain scenarios. Karu says, what's the best play after dying in the enemy top side for Heka? Basically, I mean, he has to go bot side to clear his camps and maybe get the crab. He was in such a bad situation. I wouldn't even want to think of that because you just lose, you know, you lose the game in that situation. Alright, so let's get... Oh, so Carrie, you're our next guest, I believe. I'll drag you in just a moment. Alright, Karu, you are on the air. Can you hear me all good? Your mic's muted if you're trying to talk.
I'm here.
Excellent.
Can you hear me?
Yep. What should I call you, Karu? What's your name?
It's Oliver.
Oliver? Alright.
Yes, Oliver.
Oliver, I'm going to get your game up in just a moment. This is an Ekko game of yours.
Yep, the last game.
Oh, the last game, here it is. Alright, so tell me about...
Surprisingly win.
Okay, yes, 8 deaths, a win, not... it's a lot of deaths, especially as Ekko.
And now?
Tell me how your rank's been going so far this season, Oliver.
Well, I'm trying to improve myself. I've stopped playing League for around 1 year. Then I started again on Jungle. I started Silver. Now I'm Gold 1. I'm kind of struggling to climb to Platinum. I don't know. Maybe I have some mistakes, and I need. There's like tons of things to learn about basics. I don't know. Maybe. So I'm just playing Ekko, one-tricking Ekko recently, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll get there.
And you say your goal is Platinum 4?
Right now I'm Gold 1.
Yeah.
Well, actually, in Flex, I play Flex when kind of wanna like warm up and stuff. When I don't wanna go solo queue. I'm almost Platinum. Like if I win one more game, I'm plat. Like so,
okay,
I know I can get.
Oh, you're in promos
plat.
right now. So you're 2-2. You 2-2. What's your score in promos? You're 2-2. All right, Oliver. This next game is going to be a. I mean, all right. The way that I view it is like, just play it as any other normal game. Basically, you're going to the game. You're going to try your best. If you win, you win. You lose, you lose. You know, just if you have that pressure, have to win, then you're going to make really bad mistakes. You know. So you know, it's just go into it. As
you'll
much
see
as
about that.
Is, you know, we'll see. But definitely want to know.
That's the exactly what you said right there. Well, usually I play more safe. You know. Like,
yes.
To get my power spikes, like jungle sequence, you know, farm again, base, reset, get items, and carry the game. That's basically what I do on solo queue. But this game, it's just my biggest weakness, I guess. I just can't decide whether I should just keep farming or help my teammates. You'll see me being undecided for a while.
Okay.
And struggling.
We can take a look at that. So that's more of a. I mean, that's an early game thing. Obviously, we're only going to cover the early game, but
Oh yeah.
That's a big question,
see.
you know, that I always get. It's like, you know, how do I balance farming and ganking, especially as champs like Ekko and Eve? Basically, the way you need to view it is like, what you're trying to do is what are high percentage ganks are gonna get me the most, like, and what are bad ganks. Basically, it's identifying what is a bad gank that even if you gank it, it doesn't really do anything to affect the game, and what does a good gank look like. And it's basically just identifying the really core concepts of difference between what's a good gank and what's a bad gank, and then that really helps you your decision making a lot more. Because a lot of the time I see people, especially people that overstay on the map, sitting in the inventory with 1,500 gold, and they're like going for a gank because they're reacting to something rather than just letting your teammate die or whatever, or just pinging it, you know. And if they die, they die. Spend your gold, dive bot, take an objective, great. You know, instead of helping, you know, maybe losing that, and then you can't do that play that I just said, bot, you know. So just, again, it depends, like it depends on specific situation. It's hard to sort of give you general concepts, but basically it's sort of just understanding is that what helps me, what yes, I can help my teammates, but what helps me advance the game rather than what's just a complete waste of time.
I see. Well, most of the people go red and Crux, but if I do that, I usually get late to the first scuttle, so I always do full clear except Crux, and I get time in scuttle with Ekko if I'm the blue side.
Okay, so the way that I view this here, Oliver, is there's no rush for us to get to Scuttle Crab in the first place here. And I think that the red Krugs path is the most efficient path, especially for Ekko.
Yep.
There's no reason not to do it. Do you know why there's no rush?
Why?
Because we know that Lilia has started red buff.
Yep.
Because Shen has been, you know, he's late to lane. And I don't think, actually, this is my knowledge.
I saw.
Yeah, I don't think Lily can do leashless. And again, the fact that bot lane, you know, tried to cheese. So basically, there's no rush to get to Scuttle Crab, you know?
At least for this game.
Okay, the chat is actually saying that she can leashless red. Okay, super interesting. Alright, so that's actually potentially a flaw in what I've just said. Okay, apparently she can literally leashless with full health. All right, but the concept,
I didn't know that.
The concept here is the same. You know, like let's say you weren't versing, like let's say a top leash. You know, there's no reason to get rushed to get this is crap.
I see.
Okay, actually, no, this is a good one actually, chat. Okay, well, you know, let's think about it this way. It's like if she leashless reds, then can she leashless blue? Because then
with wolves maybe.
Yeah, okay. So people
it's harder than red.
Yeah, because you don't have the red. Oh, so maybe we can also assume that Lilia starts red this game. Again, so basically the point here is there's no rush.
But usually people just try to get the bot leash. So
yeah,
that's what I do.
Yeah, but again, we don't want to ever say usually, Oliver, because this specific, you know, you could again miss the opportunity of Krugs, which is a free opportunity, you know.
Yeah,
so always basically try and figure out where the enemy jungler started. It's going to be really important for just the way you visualize the first crab. Do you want to fight it? Do you want to not fight it? You know.
Look at that, just a little thing.
All right, so
give me more experience and gold.
So Talon.
What am I doing there? Look at me. I don't know.
Okay, so Talon actually goes missing here. I'm not sure if you saw this here. Did you know that Talon was missing here, Oliver?
Probably. I don't remember. Probably no. If I don't. No, yeah. I saw Talon topside. That's why I went there. Yeah. Oh, I see.
Because basically, I think this is actually really greedy for you to walk into the river here, because you're low HP, and you could easily just get one shot by the Talon here. Basically, you can't really walk into river here until Talon shows back. Just because lower elo here, he's not punishing you, but think about it, Talon could be coming to you right now, you know, and come kill you.
I see. But that's the thing, I didn't see the SSs because I was focused on Grom, which is bad. But I saw Talon topside, then went to river.
Yeah. Okay. So the other thing as well is when you're doing Gromp as well, Oliver, you never want to start with the smite, because Gromp does more damage to you the more health
percentage.
you are. Yeah. So like you see how you smite way too early here? Get a bit lower, and then you're gonna have more HP when you're walking back on the map. You know. So you want to be as low as possible, low health as possible, doing Gromp. You know, obviously some factors like you may be scared of Talon coming in here or something like that, but in general, doing Gromp save your smite until like just the end.
My W's passive does some health percentage damage if it's low. That's why I smite it first, but I'll keep that in mind too.
Yeah, it's better for you to stay healthy. Don't worry about killing it quicker. You stay healthier. Yeah.
Okay. Guess we'll do something here.
All right. Talon.
Have we got him?
Talon.
So annoying. Oh, I said a minion. No, I got this.
Excellent.
I should have pinged Lilia bot side because I knew. Now I'm gonna base.
So would you call this an ideal early game for Ekko?
Not really. I would prefer Lilia to start bot side. Like, the best thing is the double scuttle after full clear. I mean, five camps clear.
Okay.
Then reset, then do another full clear, then level 6 and look for dragon. That's the best I can imagine. If I don't get 3 kills.
Yeah, I guess you could say, I'd say getting double crab as Ekko, that's really greedy. I don't think he's a champ that you actually even want to be doing that. I wouldn't call that best. I'll call that really unrealistic.
Lucky.
Yeah, lucky, yeah. You know, like, I think this is a really good early game. You know, it's like we got a kill, we've cleared our jungle, now we're, looking for a gank bot now, and it looks like it's going to work.
Okay.
Okay.
It won't though, it's just Shaco, being Shaco. I thought he didn't have enough mana to Q and W. That's why I went there, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually didn't think he did either, to be honest.
Look at that. Look at the mana.
Yeah. How much is deceived?
Then he gets mana from air? Interesting. Well, it is what it is. Look at chat. Look at chat. Even chat noticed that.
Alright, yeah.
No, he didn't level up or something like that. Well, then I went to my Krugs. Raptors.
Clear. I'm just trying to get level 6.
Yeah, that's my goal right now. And I saw Lilia bot lane, so I just went to Krugs. I suppose Lilia somewhere. This guy's missing.
Okay, we saw her here.
No, that's the thing. She was clearly looking for dragon, but
she got
no,
dragon.
she already.
Yeah,
she got it. Would have been a waste of time if I go there. Then I jump over the wall, go there, take level 5 Krugs. Very happy. And probably gonna try something here too because Shen failed ult. But nah. Oh god. You see, I'm trying to be responsive at the same time when I'm farming, but yeah, well.
So, my problem with this here, Oliver, is that it's 7 minutes, 30 seconds of the game, we're not level 6 yet. And based on your early game, you should really be level 6 right now. So let's look at the inefficiency here.
Okay.
So basically, always try and think, especially if you got an early game like this, like you should be getting level 6 by like 7 minutes, like latest. So it's like, yeah, we do crab here, we reset. Oh, you know what it comes down to, Oliver? It's you're not doing the Krugs. Because you're now killing level 1 Krugs.
Oh, I see. I
Got
see.
it? So that actually really slows you down a lot. And then the next sort of thing here is, I mean, you don't even finish your Krugs. You know, I guess this is fine.
Yeah,
right?
because
You
I
can
was trying to react, but I was actually in a dilemma. Like, should I finish my Krugs because it's XP? But yeah, there's maybe a kill there. Should go get some mana out of nowhere, and end up not getting level 6, I guess.
Yeah.
Am I even close? No, I'm not even close. Maybe I'm close after that. Yeah, but not quite. Yeah, I'm close.
Alright, so yeah. So Oliver, this should be pretty expected, right? Like let's just think about this here, right? You know Lilia is topside, right? You know, you go for this play, it goes for a long time. Lilia has plenty of time to react to you.
Yeah.
You know? She has plenty of time to react to you right now, you know? Like she could easily come kill you. But she actually decides, do you know what? She actually should have ditched her red and killed you, but she decided to do her red, then come to you. So this is sort of just map awareness, Oliver. You know, it's like where you knew she was there. It's like, why are we trying to kill the Shen? Look at this even right now. Like, can you really kill a Shen without ult?
I was expecting to get my ult, which I did, but still not enough. Yeah, you're right.
You don't have any, like, you don't have an amp tome or anything here, you know?
Yeah, not even have mana. Bad decision.
Which
You're
is
just
really
back.
big.
I agreed it.
Yeah, and now your tempo's all lost. Like, you're going to be so far behind right now. Because look at all your camps. You're going to be really far behind the clock. Think about it. As Ekko, this is your second Krugs in 8 minutes, 30 seconds. This should be your third. At least. Moving on to your fourth, actually. You know? You should be halfway to your fourth. That was your second.
I see. Well, I do this clear. I mean, skipping Krugs and going to Grump. Because I want to contest for Scully usually. And if I start it early, like if I'm the first one who's starting it, with my W, probably I'm just going to one-shot it and maybe go for double Scuttle even. If it's not a like super early game jungler like a Kha'Zix, like a Lee Sin, like a I don't know, Olaf, then I would just leave it. But
it's fine. You can just leave it as base to go bot. You know, you don't have to get that crab. You know, you can always work out a way to at least get one crab. So I think that's the lesson from this one here, Oliver. Let's do our Krugs. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say I did my Krugs and of course I laid for the first scuttle at the top side. Then should I just ran for the second scuttle or just base and full clear? I mean base and then run for the scuttle. I don't know. Depends on the situation, I guess.
I don't play that much Ekko myself. My initial reaction is because I mean I sort of view Ekko sort of like Eve. You just reset, just go to the other crab. You know, obviously first assess if you can fight it, but you know just reset, just go take the other crab. So yeah, do a full clear, reset, just go to the bot crab. You full clear and then you full clear again. You know you're gonna be close to level 6. Look for a potential gank. You know after you reset. But yeah, like basically, I think we're getting level 6 too slow here, Oliver. Which is obviously a huge item spike for Ekko. All right.
I see.
Oliver, any other questions around this game or your in general?
Around this game, no. This game I just got lucky. If we started really bad, then they just kind of screw up in the team fights, and we won kind of. I just one-shotted Jhin a couple of times, and yeah, that's how we won. It was a like kind of coin flip game. We were bad, they were even worse. Well, here we are. I'm gonna try to start. I mean, I'm gonna try to do my cracks after that, because I get so much XP from my level 6.
All right, excellent, Oliver.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on the show, and we'll potentially see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for helping me.
All right, no worries. See you later.
Bye.
All right, so 3 more guests for tonight. We've got a Nunu, Karthus, and Kayn. Let's get Josh in here next. Let me just jump on NA. All right, Josh, you are on the air. Can you hear me all good?
Yes, I can.
Welcome back to the show, Josh. You were on here 2 weeks ago, was it? Three weeks ago?
I was on. It's been a while, and you couldn't pull up my game, so this is a
Oh,
kind of
yes, that's right. I remember. That's actually a long time ago.
Yeah.
So this is technically our first time, right?
Right. Yeah.
All right. So, this is a ranked game this time, which is actually a recent game. This is really good.
It is. Yeah.
Definitely makes it much easier to get up. I'm going to get the game up on your screen in just a moment here. So Nunu, so you're a Nunu player. Tell me about your ranked at the moment.
So I'm currently bronze 1. I actually don't play just a ton of ranked because I get a lot of ranked anxiety for whatever reason. But I'm bronze 1, kind of steadily climbing, hoping to maybe get to gold 4 if possible.
Okay. Well, the way that I think of ranked anxiety, Josh, is like, okay, your goal's goal 4, which is great. I love the goal. You were not going to get there by not playing ranked. You know, it's just impossible.
Right.
So it's like, you just got to just sift through it. You know, like, I mean, you know, a lot of it's like, you know, people just are scared to play because it's like, well, they're just going to get flamed by their teammates. They don't want to be the one losing the one for the game. But like, at the end of the day, you're just with just a bunch of other bronzes that probably have ranked anxiety too. You're just all in ranked anxiety together. But like, you gotta you know, get out of this, you know, and the only way you do it is by playing a lot more. You know, you can have all the theory you want and watch as much YouTube videos and tutorials as you want, Josh, but if you're not playing the game enough, you're just not going to improve. And this is what I've seen as well. You actually get worse, a lot worse. Like, I haven't been playing the game much at all this season. I'm sort of coming back to sort of trying back to climb, and like my mechanics and my skirmish and my decision making on the fly is just not there because I just haven't played enough. I have all the knowledge, but I can't execute because I just simply haven't played enough. You know, I haven't practiced enough. I haven't got that muscle memory down. So you just gotta understand, just play the damn game. You know.
Right.
I swear, most of the time people sit there just looking at the play button. Could be like one ranked game. You know, like people waste a lot of time. You know, a lot of the time people aren't even doing something better, more productive. It's just like they're just like playing normal games and stuff, which is, you know, sure sometimes okay to play with friends, but like, you know, practice a champion. You know, like Nunu, I feel like it looks like you played enough Nunu. You know, look at your OPGG here. Just there's no reason for you to not just play a lot more of it. You know, in ranked.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, I think what's been helpful is I'll just like decide to just play one ranked game, you know, in a night, and however it turns out, it turns out.
Yeah, I like that. You know, start with that. Maybe you can add an extra one onto that. You know, you definitely don't have to play 10 games a day. You know, but like, you know, but it's like if you like play like ranked for like a little period of time, it's like 3 days, and you play normal games for a week, and you go back to ranked. There's no consistency there. You know. All right, so why'd you pick this game specifically, Josh?
So this game, I feel like I win sort of in spite of my early game. My early game is really, I take a couple of really awkward ganks, or one really awkward gank, and then I miss what should be a free kill. And so, I don't know, I need some reinforcement, I guess.
Okay, we can take a look at this here. Alright, so, looks like you're doing the level 3 gank strategy path.
Yes. Which is a bad idea. I was watching this earlier when I was picking my games, and I knew... Because, yeah. Oh, it was only Nautilus in lane, and it was bad.
Basically, I think what's happened here, Josh, is you had an idea of like, alright, I'm going to do level 3 gank, and you didn't adapt to what happened. It's like they just fought, Vayne's off the map, then no one's committing right now to any sort of like trade or anything like that. You're basically not like understand. It's like, okay, I can't do this anymore. You actually can, but just be patient. Wait for your Scion, you know? At least wait for your Scion. I definitely like the idea though. I mean, this is a pretty these guys are like going to be butting heads, like as you saw they did. You know, it's like a Nautilus into Scion for some reason, Misfortune Vayne. But wait for your Scion, wait for Vayne to come back, then do the gank. You know, you can be patient for about 15 seconds, 10-15 seconds. It's better to take that time than show here and do nothing. You know.
Yeah.
Because now you threaten losing all your top camps, and this is where patience is such a big factor in solo queue as well. You know.
And then this one is what I just missed. Yeah.
Oh, you mean this mid gank here?
Yeah. I think I probably could have kept Ryze from dying. I'm not sure. I just see it too late.
No, I think this is fine. I mean, the way that I always want to transition into top side, like, I mean, I guess you don't know where Master Yi is right now, so... what I actually really like to do is sometimes just, like, snowball just mid-gank, like, right now. It's like, just see what happens. I mean, I guess that there's no reason for him to walk up. Maybe you don't do this. I think actually this is fine, Josh. This is just a weird trade. I'm actually surprised by Yon's damage here. What the hell? Champion's busted. Alright. So that's fine. Don't worry about that, Josh. That's all good. Go top. And Master Meditation is just OP.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just don't have the damage to like do anything there, unfortunately.
Yeah. Was just a really awkward early game, and thankfully Ryze carried and I helped him, but
Okay, so I think a very slight error here, Josh.
okay.
This is like, I mean, tiny mechanical stuff, but like, you see right here how you basically need to be blocking his path. Do you know how Yon works, by the way? That he always has to go back to this?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So let's say he has to go back to it, you know? It's like, and he's going to obviously, like, you know, potentially run up here. But you see, like, so what you do with your ball is you start going, like, this direction versus this direction. You might see my pencil in a second.
So go to like cut him off.
Yeah, you cut him off versus run. You see how you're running straight at him?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
this tiny little mistake here is why you can't get to him a little bit closer. Because you would hit him right now. And then you would kill him, definitely. And then flush out, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Adam here actually says, you can tell how close he is. Ah, okay. Okay, so actually, I didn't even realize that. That's a
I
good...
did not either.
So, like... But he can choose to go back.
Yeah, it looks like he goes back a little early.
Yeah, he goes a little early, but this bar tells us when Yon... Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's hard to sort of, like, really rely on that, because he can go back whenever he wants. But that's actually probably good to know. It's like, you know, how long he's got.
And it looks like I would put money on that top bush being warded.
Yeah. So I think that was a good gank, just mix executed.
Yeah.
Again, the way you like position your snowball is so important. Always think about cutting them off, you know, cut off their path where they're gonna, because even if they somehow juke it, right, then you just cancel your W, just E on them, and you're in melee range anyway. You know, then just E and just kill them, you know, because they're trying to dodge it. They're walking towards your tower versus you're cutting off them to walk towards their tower.
Right.
Alright, so why do we do dragon here, Josh?
That is a really good question. I'm trying to put myself back into my mindset, because I think even just looking at it now, I question it myself. I think I saw Master Yi in the river. He kind of chased me towards my raptors, and then I saw Scion moving up. I kind of hoped to catch him with that snowball.
Oh no, this is actually fine.
He
actually
hung around.
Right, if mid was full HP right now, definitely don't go for this dragon. But the fact that mid's low, but again, I don't know if you knew this information, Josh. Because Yi's here, like, Yon's here, your Ryze is they know you're doing dragon. Like, yes, you have bot priority here, but actually, maybe it's fine. A little bit risky, though, because you don't do it that quickly as Nunu.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm looking at it now and definitely seeing it as a really risky play.
And then now your team actually does get caught.
Yeah, if he shows up.
All right, so Josh, thinking about just like the way like games flow and how experience in gold works. There's basically something wrong with your game right now. I mean, it's partly because of your dragon core, but you're level 5 at 8 minutes 14 seconds, which is just a problem. Yeah. Basically, the way that I view it is anything past 7 minutes 30 seconds is a late level 6. Okay. So, I mean, it's obviously your decision right now to skip your Krugs and go for this gank, and, that dragon, hurt your tempo because your wolves and you couldn't do your, I think your raptors taken. So, I mean, again, I think this is okay. I mean, I like that you're ganking bot here, but, yeah, it's sort of just thinking about your game more. It's like, why am I so late to level 6? And sort of review it, in terms of what inefficiencies did I do in terms of my camps, and was it necessary? You can be level 5 and be like 005, 5 assists. That's actually fine for Nunu. But the fact that you're 001 and you're level 5 is problematic.
Right.
All right, so you actually win that now. Alright, nice. I like it that we just did some farming. Oh, I would not be going top at all. Would not be going top at all here, John. This is just not... This lane, the way that I view this lane's fine. Like Mordekaiser, this is on... I mean, I guess he has Rift Trails, so it's actually some threat. Like, the fact that Dragon's coming up as well here, and you've spent so many resources already, bot Josh, there's no reason to do this, It's yeah, he's overextended, but Mordekaiser's fine, he's got Ryzol, he's huge, he's fine. This lane's fine. Right. I just need you to go bot and just dive again,
Okay.
It's it's gonna be way more important, because then you're gonna, because then Dragon time is coming up here, you'll dive bot, and then you just take Dragon, Yeah. But I would say that this top play right here actually loses you Dragon. Oh, look at this. You see how you're not here for this? And your bot lane dies, which is what you put all your resources into. So technically, bot's your win condition here, but now, because you weren't there, you gave Yi an opportunity to shut down your win condition. And you showing top also, and this is what happens, is you showing on the map makes the enemy jungler instantly think, oh, free bot gank, because he knows where you are.
Yeah.
Versus top's fine. Yi can't do anything top anyway. Just reset and just stalemate him, block him, and you actually win that.
Okay.
So that's sort of the way you want to really think about your ganks. It's if I show here, what can the enemy jungler do? And the answer is Yi can gank your bot, kill your bot, and take Dragon. But if I don't show here, I gank bot, I kill them, I take Dragon. It sounds much better, right?
Yeah.
And even then, Mordekaiser's not going to die. He might die to Trin, but again, it's still much more worth it to just kill bot. Take the tower, take Dragon,
That makes a lot of sense.
Alright, so that's all I'm going to go over here for the early game here, Josh. We're at 11 minutes here. Any other questions you had about this game or in general?
No, I don't think so. I mean, so I guess one question I have is because I had this really kind of awkward early game that led me to getting a late level 6. After those couple of missed ganks, would you recommend just to kind of put my nose down and just farm unless the gank is just totally free?
I wouldn't think of it that way, Josh. I'll think of it more as the problem here is going for these type of ganks, because this level 3 gank is actually really what actually set you far behind, if you actually really think about it. So the way that I view it is because this was all in your control, It's you can ask that question, but it's well, I did this, so that's the consequence. There's always consequences of your actions, You can't just, there's no oh, just do this and you're back in the game, Josh. It's right, well, no, we screwed it here, And that's why I have your first jungle clear, because you did a useless gank,
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
All right, Josh. Well, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. So we've got 2 more guests for the show tonight. Ryzol says, can you talk about Phase Rush versus Aftershock Nunu? Okay, so Phase Rush, obviously I have my Nunu guide, but Phase Rush, where I talk about Aftershock, Phase Rush is just better because you test... Aftershock's more of a scaling Nunu, FaZe Rush is more early game dominance, just dominance. And Nunu's a really good early game dominance because his ganks are so good with W. The W into E FaZe Rush is basically, it's like one of the best gank things in the game. It just locks people down. It's so oppressive. So it's basically just better at the moment than Aftershock Nunu. You always go FaZe Rush. Unfortunately. I actually don't, I really don't like the sorcery tree for junglers. And the fact Nimbus cloaks around in FaZe Rush, it just forces champions to like do a playstyle and be in the meta where like, same thing with set jungle. I just don't like set jungle. I really don't, you know, and it's viable because of FaZe Rush. And, you know, Nimbus Cloak, Graves, FaZe Rush Graves, like, yeah, so, I don't know, I mean, it might just me complaining because I don't play these champions that much anymore, but, FaZe Rush is just, I think, in an unhealthy spot in the game right now. Yeah, that's the thing, Mystic, it's like every champ's a move speed champ at the moment, you know? Everyone just gets the buff for the move speed. And that's the thing as well, is that it hurts the champions with inbuilt move speed, because you can have a champion with no move speed, and there you go, take FaZe Rush, problem solved. You've basically got the move speed and your kit over someone else. Alright, so let's get our next game up here. Karthus game on my home server OCE. Yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of League, you know, it changes all the time, bottles, but, you know, now someone will look at my guide and be like, oh, this is old guide, outdated, you know, it's like talking about Aftershock Nunu and then just click off it, you know? But it's fine, that's also the beauty about League as well, is it changes all the time, you know, it's always refreshing. So you can look at it both ways. Do you have time to do periodic 10-minute updates to your guides as patches like major? That's an interesting concept, Ryzol. I mean, I definitely could. I definitely have time, 100%. Yeah. I mean, the way that I'm viewing it is like, I'll just make a new guide the next season, like a year after the guide that I release. Alright, so what am I doing here? I'm getting in Rare Possum's game up. So this is a Karthus game on OS. I believe it's Bronze. Yes, Bronze 4. Alright, Rare Possum, you are live. Can you hear me all good?
Yep.
Excellent. Alright, Rare Possum. Welcome back to the show. Obviously a long-standing member of the Nathan Mott Discord community.
It's been a couple months.
Karthus. When was the last time you were on the show? What did we review?
I've never actually been on the show.
Oh, you've never been on? I feel like you've been on like 100 times. Alright. Well, welcome to your first... You finally took the plunge, Rare Possum.
Yeah.
Tell me how your rank's been going so far this season.
I haven't actually played too many, but I'm not great. I have an overall 30% win rate, but it's been improving lately.
Yes, I've looked at your OPTG a couple of times, and I always say, Rare Possum, play more ranked, don't I?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, again, we're not going to improve if we don't play ranked, but it's good. This is your recent Karthus game, which is a ranked game, which is a good start. But
yep.
Need a lot more of it. So, why did you choose this game specifically?
I actually was playing it when you made this announcement for new games, and I felt that I messed up my early game badly, and wanted to see what I could have done to make up for it.
Okay, let's take a look. First question here is why the 3 health potions instead of refillable?
My clear is garbage, so I need to take the 3 pots to help make up for it.
Alright, well, we got to get our clear down, Rare Possum, first, because refillable potion is going to be detrimental to you for the rest of the early game, you know? Like, this is really short-term thinking. You know, sure, it's going to help you for your first clear, but what about your next clears, Rare Possum? You know, you're going to be rocking up to ganks with like 30% health, you know? So, my advice to you, Rare Possum, is you're going to play Karthus. You're going to watch a bunch of Karthus videos. I don't have any on myself about the clear. I can link you some if you want. I'll link you one. You're going to practice it in a custom game until you get it down, because this is game changing. The way you clear on Karthus, you're making sure you're healthy, and refillable potion is really important. So what did you say, Rare Possum? I think you cut out there.
My play is way too slow. Last time I timed it, it was on like 3:35.
Yes, that's way too slow. We should be finishing by like 3 minutes, 3 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick look here. What's the inefficiencies?
I'm not reading my autos. Actually, I think I forgot to read that one. And also, I'm missing some cues.
Yeah, okay, so also a huge thing that's going to help you clear is moving to the next camp. Like the way that I view it right now, it's like you should be here right now. Q, it won't reset next camp. Q, you know?
Yeah.
So the fact that you stand here for too long, it's like you do the camp, then you move. It's like you want to be moving as the camp's dying. That's how you view it. So that's going to really help your efficiency. I mean, that's actually, you save like 15, 20 seconds if you do that between every camp. Probably not 20 seconds. It's like 10, 15. It's big. Yes, obviously weaving in auto attack's really important. Yeah, and again, you're not hitting all the camp with your Qs, you know? Like, it's like, you Q there, you know, you've got to Q in between the center of all of them so you hit them all, you know?
Yeah.
And then,
talisman to make it faster.
yeah. And then you Q just to hit these two, you know? So this is the inefficiencies. So you do it sometimes really good, but you got to, every Q is really important, you know? So this is only going to take practice. Like I can't even tell you what to do, and you're going to do it next game because you need to practice this, you know? It's something you can theorize all day, but until you practice it, you're not going to get it down. It's going to be muscle memory. You're going to basically be thinking about it. Like you don't have to think about it, because the problem with this is that you right now are not looking at any lanes, you know?
Yeah.
And you can't, because you're struggling to clear your camps because you're not practiced enough. And this is important because we're missing a lot of information. So it's like the worst thing as a jungler is we clear and then we look at the map, because it's sort of just hoping something is there to do, you know?
And this is why I mess up. I try and go in. Because I'm seeing that we're both about 2-3 cues from death, and I mess up.
Yeah. Okay. So, the way that I view this right now is that I don't need to take a fight here to win this early game. Let's think about it now. I mean, obviously in hindsight, but the problem with it is going for this fight in the first place, right? What if you just double crabbed and did another full clear? You're level 6 at 5 minutes 3 seconds, I think, or 5 minutes 10. You know, ridiculously fast. Do it. If we can do it, that's best case scenario as Karthus early game, you know? We literally double Cry a Kindred. And the next thing here as well, Red Possum, is that we're walking in melee range to this guy. Like, just use your Q, you know? So what you want to do here is use your Q, try and go for another Q. He tries to walk up to you, you walk backwards. You just keep walking forwards, you know? So you just keep walking forwards. You just give him the free E into the, you know, this thing.
Yep.
So also want to utilize your range as Karthus, you know, go in and out, use your range. You're not a melee champion, you know, you're playing to his strengths. You got to use your range. That's your strength as a range champion. Alright, so this is game losing stuff, basically. This is huge, because again, it's different.
That's pretty much where I lost the game.
Yeah, because now he can he could have double crabbed you potentially here, but Teemo's the hero.
Except Timo, you know.
Wow. Oh, he does die. Alright, we definitely can't take his Raptors there, I don't think, because Kennen did a priority there. Actually, why didn't you just gank mid? What's going on here?
I don't actually realize mid was gankable.
Yeah. This is where map awareness is important. Look at this. So, yeah, map awareness. And, that's always just an easy one, but map awareness. But you know what will help again your map awareness here, Red Possum, is being able to having the muscle memory of clearing your camps down.
Yeah. Everything comes back down to clear.
All comes down to the clear. And clearing your camps, and remember, not just for the first clear, I mean, that's going to affect all the clears. And the speed in which you clear camps is so important as these champs, like, these farming champs like Karthus and stuff. Alright, Red Possum, well, I think that's all I want to go over, because that's what you need. That's your urgent, immediate things that we need to fix.
Yep.
Alright, well, thanks for coming on the show, Red Possum. Good to see you here, and we might see you next time. Alright, see you later. Alright, so we have one more guest for the show tonight. And it is a Kayn on NA. So we definitely have the variety bucket of champions today. What's going on, Ginseng? How's our ranks been going recently? Alright, so this is a 655. Alright, Xavi, you are on the air. Can you hear me all good? Your mic may be muted. Oh, there we go. Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep, sure can.
Awesome.
Alright, Xavi, you've been on the show before. Your name looks familiar. Or you have?
Yes, I was on once before, and then I took a break from League for about maybe a couple months. But yeah, I have been on the show before.
I knew it was familiar. Yes, just a long time ago. Alright, so you're back. You climb. How far are you back? How long did you come back?
I came back maybe a few weeks ago, a month ago ish.
And you're still platinum, right? What's this account, Elo?
Yeah, I picked up Plat 3, but I got demoted back to Plat 4 once or twice. Sorry, I'm pulling up your stream right now.
Yep, let me know when you got it up.
Alright. There's one sec, there's an ad. Alright, I think I'm good.
Alright, so, Xavier, why do we choose this game in particular?
I don't know, this Zac just hard out jungled me, and I just wanted to know what to do better in terms of my pathing in early game. I think really all Kayn is early game, because that's the hard part, right? And I think I just got hard out jungled, and he just punished me really hard early. He after first or second clear, he was up a lot of camps on me, and that really put me behind. So I just wanted to see where it went wrong exactly. Hello?
Yeah. I'm just we're just watching this. Yeah. All right. So I was just thinking about the clear here. Tell me about the. Obviously, this is the Kayn special, right? The Wolves, Raptors, Red Krugs, right?
Well, I think I wanted to start.
Game?
I think no, I don't. I rarely ever do this. Did I start my Wolves this game or my Red? I forgot.
Oh, you started your Wolves.
Oh, I did. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to gank bot early. So it just depends on if I have CC bot with Jinx Karma. I thought it would be pretty good, and the bot lane is kind of immobile. I got kind of lucky with the gank, but if I want to gank bot early, then yeah, this is just the charisma cheese or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so I think this is completely not necessary, this game, Xavi. And there is a downside to this clear. The downside to this clear is it's actually not efficient as like just starting your red Krugs.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Because you're actually
Yeah.
behind in experience and gold. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's close, but it's like, basically a lot of things can go wrong. Because, again, if you show bot here, it's like, well, maybe you're not going to lose your blue and your Grumps, your Zac. But this game, especially against a Zac, you just relax this game. And you know the way that I view this as well? It's like, I get red form off Aatrox, right? This is actually probably a pretty vulnerable matchup. Aatrox is probably going to be trying to push him in early. Why not just start red and look for a level 4 gank potentially top? Or level 3 gank even.
Yeah, that probably would have been better. You're right.
You know, like, the way that I view this is like, sure, like, yeah, they're not that mobile, but it's not like I have any CC. We have 0 CC. You know, Karma doesn't have a
Well, that's
W
in like
yet.
slows, but yeah, you're right. There's no like hard CC.
No, it's just the percentage of it working is just so low, you know?
No, I got lucky. It worked out, but it was like really dumb. This bard kind of trolled it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I got lucky with it. You're right.
So think about how bad this would have been if you showed here and did nothing, you know? You're so far behind.
I agree.
Nice, we come here, we clear.
And then I just wanted to keep pathing bot, but I don't know. It just gets like a big lead at. I think it gets like a really big lead against me at one point. I think this is the game that he does. Yeah.
It does, it looks like it gets out of control pretty quick. Alrighty then. So this is obviously where it starts going downhill. Alright, so let's think about this here. Alright, also with Kayn, you never want to start with Q, you know? Like, always start with an auto attack, then Q for max damage. Because think about it right now, you're like, you know what you should be doing right now? It's like, just auto attack him and be like, what's going on? You know, where's Bard? You know, like Zac's walking into this, like something's fishy, but you just put yourself in such a vulnerable spot, you know? You could have dodged this E with your Q.
You're right. You're right.
So like you never want to Q in, like but even for maximum damage, like because you want both procs of the Q, right? So you want to be walking up to them, auto attack, then Q. So then you get the, because what I just see too many Kayns do is they start with Q and they only get the circle thing, Q damage. They don't get the,
There's like
the
two
dash
parts
through.
to it. Yeah, yeah.
There's two parts to it, you know. And also if you just do that, think about how little damage that is, right? If you start with a Q and you do this, the same time you can do an auto attack and both damage procs. It's like literally like 80 damage versus like 200.
No,
You
for
know?
sure, for sure.
And that's what you do here, you know. It's like we start. You don't start with an auto attack. You just start with a random Q, and you miss the through damage, I think, or maybe you hit the through damage.
Yeah, I just got like thirsty for orbs. That was maybe. But yeah, you're right. I could have played that better.
You say you miss the thing. You only do that Q, you know.
Yeah.
So this is not just for this skirmish. It's all Kayn skirmishes.
Mhm. Yeah, I think they could drag up this.
All right. So you walk topside.
Yeah, I didn't see. Or wait, what? Oh no, never mind, never mind. I thought they killed us here.
I love the danger pings, but okay, you take his topside camps for that. Yeah, okay. This is definitely very weird to me, Xavi. It's like let's just think about this here. Okay, so we do this mid gank here.
You mean taking the Krugs? Is like a weird play?
It's a weird play because it's like we just killed Yone. We're obviously showing us going to top side. Our bots push in, so now they're vulnerable. It's like, what's going on here? You know, it's like, it's just like you got to reset as well. I feel like that this is not worth your Krugs. Like counter jungling a Krugs, you know. And this is what I sometimes see with Kayns is like they overthink the invades. It's like, well, like why are we giving bot crab? We've got bot priority. You know. Like what
Yeah.
we could be losing Dragon for this as well. Like we're obviously showing us going top. Think about if you're Zac, how easy you've just made his life. he knows he knows he can take bot grab for free. He knows he can take dragon potentially, and he knows that he can't get counter gank bot. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a really bad decision to walk top. You know, and go take his Krugs because you just lose so much pressure for this.
No, you're right. I wanted to like take his Krugs and then maybe my bot and then be set for drag.
Does he care? Do you think he cares about that? He's just ganking your bot, man. Your bot dies for that, literally.
Yeah.
You know.
You're right.
And again, do you think he cares about you taking like Rift Herald? He probably does care you taking it, but you're so far behind now. Because think about this: in all this time, all you've done is 1 Krugs, and all your jungle camps are up. I'll tell you the last time you do a jungle camp. So between 5 minutes 50 seconds and
Yeah, that's pretty inefficient. It makes sense. You're right.
I mean, can you count Rift Herald as a jungle camp?
No, I probably wouldn't.
5 minutes 50 seconds and 8 minutes 50 seconds, 3 minutes of no jungle camps. So like this is what I love to do sometimes in my reviews. Like I'm like especially I'm playing like a farming scaling jungle like Red Kayn. I'm like, how did this happen? You know, like why have I done 1 camp? So you've done 1 camp in 3 minutes. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Like that's the problem, you know. That's the problem. Like obviously there's specifics in here, but like I want you to view it as like this is the problem. Like work it out, work backwards. Like why did I only do 1 camp in 3 minutes? Oh, it's because I just walked up and found that I thought that Krugs was really good, and then I thought it was a good idea to go right straight to Rift Herald because all my jungle camps are up. You know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you've broken...
My stream's a little bit behind, by the way. There's like a little bit of buffering, just to let you know.
Yeah. I'll wait for you. So you just come mid. You've popped Rift Herald Xavi. You've broken the #1 rule as a jungler, and the #1 rule is that unless it's 14 minutes, you know the plates are about to expire. We're never going to use a Rift Herald to not break a tower. It's never use good to just break plates, and again, unless your plates are going to go, and you can use it for mid tower to get it bit chunks, so you can get it. But you always want to, basically, your goal when you get Rift Herald is, and Kayn's not even a champ that I think is really that useful with Rift Herald, because, you know, you're not like an elite second hard pressure lane and break a tower. But between the 9-minute mark, which is usually when you get Rift Herald, and 14 minutes, you're solving a problem. And the problem you're solving is how can I get a tower to kill range with Rift Herald, which is, you know, let's say 2.5 plates, because, you know, if you're there to get it to that many plates, you're probably auto attack and can finish it off, you know? But that's the problem you're solving. But come in here and use it. Think about how much you've got to do right now, Xavi. You've got all this to do. Why are we using it for a couple of plates here? You know, we can't get this tower. It's impossible. The enemy team, sure, Yon's like, you know, 10 seconds on spawn, but Zach's around. He can help this, you know? It's just not possible to break a tower. And it's just a waste of Rift. It's a complete waste of Rift. And that minute that it took for you to get that Rift Herald's all gone. You know? So, always use Rift Herald to break a tower. And again, on Kayn, a champ like Kayn, like Rift Herald is not even a priority of yours. You know, basically you're just trying to not lose Dragon Soul. And look at this. Now we're overcompensating again. Look at all our jungle camps. Xavi.
Yeah. He had like a big CS lead here.
Super inefficient, you know? So that's all I want to cover for this game here, Xavi. It's inefficiency. It's, you know, poor path in early. There's no reason to start Wolves this game. Do the Charisma thing. Inefficiency.
When would you start Wolves? Just to like, if I had CC bot?
If I have CC bot and like, best case scenario, CC bot and I'm playing Blue Kayn and they're range champs. Bam. Kill bot, that's GG. You know?
Okay.
Even Adam in the chat says outfarmed by Zach Ruff. I mean, that should just never happen, you know?
Wait, who said that?
Adam in the Twitch chat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was bad. No, he's right.
Right, Xavi. Well, that's it for your early game here. Definitely obvious things for us to improve on here. Any other questions you have?
Do you still do reviews, like, based off your website, like the review requests, or no?
No, I haven't done those for a couple of months now. No, I only do full reviews for my coaching clients. So it's just YFJC at the moment. But I might open those up eventually, maybe in like, you know,
Okay.
later in the year. But at the moment, I'm just focused on my guides and YFJC.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you so much.
All right, no worries, Xavi. I will see you potentially next time.
For sure. Thanks again. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, that wraps it up for YFJC. Episode number 30. Switch back to this. Hopefully this was really helpful for you guys. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment. If you have any questions around this, that's it for this one. So we'll see you guys in the next episode of YFJC this week. Again, I do this every week, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Mondays. So if you want to jump in, join the Discord, the link's up there, and we can do a review of your early game and see what we can improve on. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.